Being Bipolar video log number 4, Hyper-Manic episode number 1. The date is February 15th, 2011, and it's 11:09 a.m. Eastern Time. I haven't slept in 2 days, maybe more. I have been experiencing a severe hypermanic episode, which is the opposite of the depressive episode which I chronicled a few days ago. Medication isn't. I would hope that the medication I was taking would calm me down. However, this is such a severe episode that it hasn't been able to do anything. Out of desperation, last night I took twice the usual dose of Seroquel, because usually that does calm my mind down significantly, but it hasn't done anything except make my nerves all horribly shot. I had plans today. I was gonna go out and do some stuff. There's a video that I'm editing, that I've been hired to make and put together, and I was gonna work on that project some, but I can't do it. My mind feels like it's racing 1,000 miles an hour on about 1,000 different things. And I'm trying to slow it down. And it's not working. This condition, I'll tell you, one of the most frustrating things about this. Like here's your heart and here's your soul right here, and this is like the part of you that's true. The the part that they're really you. And then your mind does all this stuff, and you can't keep up with it, and like it feels like a prison of flesh, a prison of mind. Like, your heart and soul is helpless to stop the things that your mind does. And you just, that's where so much of the pain comes from. A hypermanic episode, there's no telling what thoughts it'll make you go through. There have been a lot of times where my brain just relives a lot of the very ugly and disturbing things that I've seen in my life. I saw the guy that I thought of as the older brother I never had. I saw him crushed to death beneath a tractor on our farm 25 years ago, and I wish I could take that image out, but sometimes it just plays and you can't stop it. Now this morning, for whatever reason, I found myself, it was almost, it's almost like I was back there in my old apartment when I was in college, and like I could just see every detail. Just I could even smell the cheap paint. That's not so bad. It's the Hyper-Manic Bipolar episode. It makes you relive stuff you never wanted to relive. It fires you up to do things that you shouldn't do. For the most part, I was able to resist that, but not always. I wrote in the series, in the first installment, that this is a common problem with a lot of people with bipolar. It makes you very hypersexual, and I never had a problem with pornography before until a few years ago, and it drove me to collect what can only be called pornographic material for pornographic use. I'm very ashamed of that, and I really didn't think that was in me. It never compelled me to do anything like steal or cheat or anything like that. I credit, at least God allowed me to have that much of a moral core. I was able to get through our production of Gypsy fine. That was very therapeutic these last several days, because if I know that other people depend on me, I've really only been able to, I've really only discovered this recently. If I can be there for other people, I can distract myself from my mind speeding out of control for a little while. So those few minutes that I was on stage as Cigar, yeah, I had fun with the character, but I'm very thankful that I got to have a little respite from this. Oh Lord, I'm seeing myself now on the monitor. I look horrible. I haven't slept in at least 2 days. And the medication's not, the only thing I can do is ride this out, although I do admit I shouldn't have taken that big a dose of the Seroquel. I was desperate. I wanted to rest. I wanted to quiet my mind. I'm not going to upload this just yet. I just turned the computer on to record this, and you want to know something really ironic? When I was growing up, I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be an astronomer, especially. I just didn't have the brains for the math, and now I see that I was wasting an awful lot of my brain power just trying to hold at bay this what I now recognize as bipolar to keep it from overwhelming me. I lost so much opportunity because of this. But now I am getting to be a scientist. I'm recording this series for I'm documenting my disease. And I'm trying to be as objective and thorough and complete as possible. So maybe God has an ironic sense of humor. I couldn't have been a scientist then, but now years later, I'm getting to be more a scientist really than I ever dreamed I would get to be. Someone left a comment on the blogs, something about, Chris, why are you doing this to yourself? Well, I'm not doing this to myself. No one chooses to have a mental illness. Believe you me, if I could, I would never have had this at all, and I would have never hurt myself so much. I never would have hurt other people so much, which I regret most. I didn't choose this, but I have chosen what I'm going to do with it, and I'm studying my condition, and these videos in this series, this is this is as much for myself as it is for others, and my mind is going so fast. Yeah, I was going to get out today. I can't risk it getting into the car the way my mind is right now, the way my nerves are. Now that's frustrating too. It's a hard thing when you can't control your own mind, when you have the barest control over it at all. I can see now why some people do take their own lives. If you know of someone who ever took their own life because of bipolar, please don't hold it against them. Please don't hold it against them. They were in a lot more pain than anyone should ever have to deal with. There's this one doctor, Dr. K. Redfield Jameson. She wrote in one of her books, she has bipolar, and she's written about that in suicide. Like she said, suicide is a tragedy. And I can see now, I don't ever see myself trying to take my own life, but I can understand and appreciate and have sympathy for those that do, and that's one more thing I pray to God about. Who knows, maybe doing this will help someone who's on the brink, and maybe so. Okay, YouTube only lets you upload 15 minutes, and right now I'm on 14:10, so I'm gonna wrap this up and I'll upload it later, maybe this evening. This is Chris Knight recording a Bipolar Manic episode, signing off.